Introduction. Several years ago, a client with diabetes whom I'd been working with for some time asked me how I got interested in diabetes as a person who doesn't actually have the condition. Her question got me thinking, why am I so passionate about diabetes care and education? I thought back to the people I'd known and worked with who had diabetes over the years. First to mind was my own family history with diabetes. My late grandfather had type 2 diabetes at a time when diabetes management and education was still in its infancy. While I was too young to understand what was happening at the time, I'm told my grandfather was determined to manage his blood sugar without medications. Unfortunately, this choice didn't serve his situation well, and he eventually suffered consequences from that decision. In addition, my mom had gestational diabetes while pregnant with me. For my mom, there wasn't the scrupulous monitoring that today's women with GDM tend to have, and consequently, her delivery had a nearly tragic outcome. Thankfully, diabetes care has come such a long way since then. I also considered my education and training. For instance, how, as a dietetic intern, I was instructed to use a standard one-size-fits-all reduced carbohydrate meal plan for those with diabetes, regardless of the person's size, appetite, or physical activity level. Those meal plans were such an unrealistic match for most patients. In addition, I thought of my clients in larger bodies who were given impossible directives to eat tiny portions, lose weight by any means, undergo irreversible surgeries, take medications with debilitating side effects, and exercise through pain and disability if they wanted a shot at improving their diabetes outcomes. Even as an inexperienced intern, I knew there had to be a better way. During the course of my nearly 2-decade career as a registered dietitian and diabetes educator, I've worked with countless individuals who've suffered because of diet culture's influence over diabetes recommendations. I've had clients take diabetes management way too far, developing eating disorders as a result, and others who threw in the towel because it all seemed impossible. Intuitive eating for diabetes is here to change the diabetes self-management landscape by bringing together a weight-inclusive eating framework built on self-compassion and body attunement with the science of blood sugar management. Intuitive Eating for Diabetes is the first book of its kind to formally apply the principles of intuitive eating to a medical condition. Intuitive eating is a way of eating that is directed by a mind-body connection integrating instinct, emotion, and rational thought. Registered dietitians Evelyn Tribole and Elise Resch first fearlessly pioneered this concept back in the 1990s.